EBC, welcome back to the 21-Day Unshakeable podcast. Today, I want to look at a very important study. This was one of my favorites to prepare for you, and so I hope it speaks to you like it spoke to me. We're looking at unshakable guidance. Reading from Psalm 32, verse 7 to 9, it says, "You are a hiding place for me. You preserve me from trouble. You surround me with shouts of deliverance, Selah. I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you with my eye upon you. Be not like a horse or a mule without understanding, which must be curbed with a bit and bridle, or it will not stay near you. I will counsel you with my eye upon you. Don't be like a horse or a mule." Now, I loved to fish when I was growing up. I grew up in Yarmouth County and fished for many years, and then was very pleased to receive a call to the Miramichi to pastor, and then found out that the river of the Miramichi River, would be flowing directly behind my house. World-class fishing in my backyard. So you would think, with my great experience fishing in Yarmouth County, that I'd have great success on the Miramichi River. Over a 2-year period, I caught one trout, and I had a salmon snap my line, and that was at 2 years with the river directly behind me. Now, a few years later, after I left the Miramichi and was pastoring at EBC, my cousin actually booked a fishing trip for 8 of us from our family. We went up, and the trip was booked on the Miramichi River. And I didn't have great success fishing on this river. Here it's world class. We'll see how this goes. So we went on this fishing trip and ended up catching fish after fish after fish, and had one of the best fishing trips I've ever been a part of. What was the difference from my experience then to on the trip? We had a guide. We had someone who took two by two. We each went out in the boat, and we had a guide who showed us where to fish, how to fish, and exactly what we needed to do. He told us what to use. He told us how to read the water. He showed us how to stay safe. It turns out that Andrew does not know everything, and I needed someone who knew exactly what to do. That is actually what Psalm 32 is teaching us, that God's not silent, distant, or vague, but that we serve a God who guides. David doesn't describe a God who merely rescues us when we're in danger, when the damage is done. He tells us about this God who preserves, who counsels, and who instructs, that I will counsel you with my eye upon you. That's the language of a guide who stays close, who watches the conditions, who knows the danger, and knows what we can't see. Guidance is not guessing. It's trusting the one who knows the waters better than we ever could. But Scripture also gives a warning. It says, don't be like the horse or a mule. You're strong, you're capable, but you're stubborn. I lived on the river for years, but had refused help because I thought proximity was enough. It didn't matter that I was on the river. I didn't know exactly what I needed to do. God is saying the same to us. Don't make me pull you where I'm gently trying to lead you. Resistance will delay direction, and stubbornness will turn guidance into correction. God speaks, but he will not override a heart that refuses to listen. Here's what's interesting about God. When we went back we actually went back on a secondary trip the year after. So we took that trip, had great success, and the next year we found ourselves at the same location, and the 8 people each asked to be with the same guide. I said, me and my brother fished together. I said, we want that guy again. He knew exactly where to go. And turns out the other groups all asked for the same guide again as well. Why? Because now that guide could be trusted, because we had seen that he knew exactly what needed to be done. In the same way, you serve a God who can be trusted. So you get to wake up every morning and say, hey, remember how God knew exactly what to do then? We want him back. God, would you tell me exactly what I need to do? Will you guide me? Will you direct me? This is where fasting can become powerful, because fasting will create spiritual frequency. It takes away the distractions, and when it quiets our appetites, and the noise level of life will come down. Our own voice softens. We stop leaning on our own understanding. Other people's opinions lose volume, and the enemy's lies get exposed. And suddenly, God's direction rises to the surface. That's the power of being in his presence. I love that moment when confusion turns to clarity because we've been spending time with him. Unshakable guidance comes from staying sensitive to God. You follow his nudges and you respond quickly. You let him correct your path without defensiveness. You allow him to interrupt your plans and redirect your steps. A guided believer is a protected believer and is a dangerous person to the enemy. When God leads, he also guides, he also directs, he also guards, he delivers. So today ask him to speak clearly, to lead you boldly. Pray over your decisions, your relationships, your opportunities. Invite him to instruct you, to teach you, and to guide you with his eye upon you in every situation, not just the big ones. Don't just bring him, well, I need to talk to him about this big job transition, or you need to talk to him about this relationship. Don't just give him the big things. Give him the small things as well. It's like, God, I've been leaning on my own understanding in so many things, but today I'm going to trust you. God, would you put your supernatural hand on my life and give me guidance so that I know what to do. But God, when I don't, I trust that you're going to step in. You're going to know exactly what needs to be done. We can trust a God who has unshakable guidance because his wisdom is unshakable and he never leads his people wrong. And so tomorrow I pray that you enjoy Minister Bell. He's got kind of a corresponding devotional for you, and I pray that it speaks to you. God bless you today.